Hello, my name is Elizabeth Petrie, and today I will be talking about my research paper about how blogger and social media influencers affect Generation Z females' purchase intentions. A little bit on the background and purpose of this study is Generation Z is typically thought of as being comfortable with technology and the generation of social media savviness. Generation Z is said to have had interacting on social media websites for a significant portion of their socializing. The purpose of this study is to research how bloggers and social media influencers affect females of Generation Z's purchase intentions. Purchase intentions can be used as a tool to measure effective marketing. It is important that there is a positive relationship between the influencer and the product to achieve a good purchase intention. There is also a positive relationship between purchase intention and consumer attitude toward the product. One study's results show that when a product's recommended in bloggers' posts or search goods or have high brand awareness, consumers have highly positive attitudes towards sponsored recommendation posts, which improves purchase intentions. It is important to look at the correlation between influencers and purchase intentions because they have a growing power and impact on the consumers of Generation Z. A little bit about the methodology of this research is an online survey was developed to determine the purchase intentions of Generation Z based on blogger influencer recommendations. The Likert scale, anonymous scale, and open-ended questions were adopted and modified from other studies, as well as own thought of questions. The survey was posted on my sorority's Facebook page, as well as sent via text message to friends not in my sorority. The survey has 48 respondents as of the morning of April 23rd, since it was posted on April 15th. Out of the 48 respondents that replied at the time, 31 were usable for this research. Time to dive into the data and analysis of this research. So the data was analyzed using Quantix and Excel, and the median was determined for the different Likert scale questions. The following 6 research questions were developed based on literature review and self-thought of questions as my Likert scale questions. To start, a 2-point Likert scale was used with the endpoints of online or in-store, and they were asked if they preferred to shop online and in-store. A median of 2 indicated that respondents strongly agreed that they do prefer to shop in-store rather than online, and then also a median of 2 showed that participants strongly agree that they do prefer to shop in stores. And then we had a 5-point Likert scale used with the endpoints of strongly agreed to strongly disagreed. For this 5-point Likert scale, when asked if the participants followed them for their product reviews, they somewhat agreed with a median of 2. A median of 2 also indicated that respondents somewhat agreed that they follow bloggers and influencers for the personal recommendations. Then we also had a median of 2 showed that they somewhat agree with that they follow them for their photos they share and post online. A median of 3 agreed that they neither agree or disagree with the fact they follow bloggers and influencers to read their blog posts. And then we had a 5-point Likert scale was used with the endpoints of extremely important to not important at all for the next question. And then with a median of 2, respondents find it very important for the content to be fashion-based. A median of 2 indicated that participants find it very important for the content to be beauty-based. And then a median of 3 indicated that participants find it moderately important for home decor to be the base of the content. When asked if they could trust them, they somewhat agreed with the statement, giving it a median 2, which can be found on the table at the end of this data and analysis section. And to go into our next Likert scale question, it was a median of 2 respondents find it important for a large following to make them trustworthy, and a median of 1 indicated that participants find it very important a blogger or influencer experience in the field makes them trustworthy. And then we have a median of 2 indicating that participants find it important for their time spent in the field makes them trustworthy. And then the final Likert scale question asked the participants about which characteristics were important to them. It is a 3-point scale with the options of timeliness, accuracy, and consistency as an option. And then a median of 2 participants find accuracy important to be important when buying a product, and a median of 3 participants find it important for bloggers to be consistent with their work and recommendations. For my research, I will move into my nominal scale questions and some of my open-ended questions. And then my nominal scale questions concluded that everyone is female. The median age group of the participants was 18 to 22 years old, following with my Generation Z. And then 96.77% indicated that they were in that age range. A question that looked at ethnicity showed that 93.55% of the respondents classified themselves as Caucasian/white. When asked how the participants classified themselves either in school or work, 41.94% said they were full-time students with full-time jobs, and 54.83% indicated as being full-time students and having a part-time job. The next nominal scale questions looked at the discretionary income of the respondents that they received. and 22.58% have 151 to 250 income. 32.26% have a $251 to $400 income a month, and then 29.03% of the participants have over $400 a month of discretionary income. And then when asked how much they spend on social media daily, 32.26% said 1 to 2 hours, 45.16% said 3 to 4, and then 22.58% said 5 to 6 hours a day. And then when asked how many times a month they shop for things such as clothing, 54.84% said 1 to 2 times a month, 38.71% said 3 to 4 times a month, and 6.45% said 5+ times a month. When asked why they prefer to shop online or in store, a lot of the respondents included that they like to shop on Amazon, and the reason being it is easier to find a bigger selection of deals. And then some other stores included on that list for the open-ended question was BC and Lulu's. And then when asked to rank their forms of social media based on which they used the most, Instagram was first, Snapchat was second, and Facebook was third as my top 3 out of 7. When asked if they follow influencers and bloggers on social media, 96.77% said yes. Then when asked how many they follow, they had to pick between 1 through 5. 3.33% said 1, 36.67% said 2 to 3, 26.67% said 4 to 5 times, and then 33.33% said 5+ people. Then when asked on what platform they followed these people on, the majority answered with Instagram. When asked if when bloggers and influencers promote a product, does it catch their eyes, the respondents said 86.67% said yes to that question. Following questions relate to buying blogger and or influencer sponsored products. When asked if they have ever bought something a blogger or influencer promoted, 70% said yes. And then when asked if they bought these products online or in-store, 16.67% said in-store and 83.33% said online. Then finally, they were asked how many times they have purchased a blogger or influencer promoted product. 33.33% said 1 to 2 times, 50% said 3 to 4 times, 11.11% said 4 to 5 times, and 5.56% said more than 6 times. The table at the end of this section talks about my trustworthiness question and on my Likert scale, and it shows just like the percentages and then the somewhat agree, neither agree or disagree, somewhat disagree, and then strongly agree and strongly disagree as the options, and then what those percents falls at. Now finally, I will talk about my findings in the conclusion of this study. The findings revealed that Generation Z females do tend to buy products promoted by bloggers and influencers. Although a variety of selection attributes in social media platforms vary, they do affect the purchase intentions of Generation Z females. These results are similar to the MAG Scholar in 2017, who found social media influencers' product matchup was found to be significant with purchase intention and consumer attitude. Therefore, utilitarian and hedonic aspects, along with other shopping attributes, have an effect on the purchase intention of Generation Z females based on blogger and influencers' recommendations. And then I have listed some of my references that you could follow along in this poster as well. And then thank you for staying and listening to this. I hope you enjoyed.